Otro más. Sabe. Siéntete, mamá. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। This special time, the evening twilight, meant purely for worship of the Lord, has been given to us in a platter by our Bhagwan, and by His grace, we have all been able to gather here in His powerful shrine and sing His powerful name. We all know that this cannot be ordinary grace. It's very, very special. And in celebration of this grace, we have offered our grateful pranams with the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Now every day I remind people that we have been going through some of the stories read out to Bhagavan with a certain moral teaching. And every day again I say that many, many books came by post. And Bhagavan would often open a book upon any page and would ask me to read it out to him. This is how it happened, but always they were interesting and carried a teaching lesson. As I said yesterday, we had a book from somebody. It was Mahatma Gandhiji and Kasturiba, Mother Kasturiba. And there was another incident. It was Sabarmati ashram. Gandhiji was seated there and his secretary, Desai, and all other people. Now, Narayan Desai was only a small boy at the time. For the sake of this small boy, somebody, a follower of Gandhiji, and yet somehow they had bought some dolls made in another country, in a Western country, and they wanted to give it to Gandhiji for the sake of this boy, Narayan. Gandhiji didn't say anything to them, he just accepted and then immediately put them in a cupboard and locked it. Narayan Desai, a small boy, came to know that some people had come and handed over some foreign dolls meant for him, and that Gandhiji had put them in the cupboard. So every day he was expecting that day Gandhiji would call him and hand over the foreign dolls. But then days passed, there was no response from Shri Gandhiji. And then Narayan Desai went near with some other boys, gathered enough courage and asked him, Bapuji, those foreign dolls, those toys are meant for me. They have handed over to you. Will you not give them to me? Gandhiji said, they are from a foreign country. Here, we have started a movement in which we are determined to buy only the local, the Indian things that we require, not buy anything from foreign countries. I started it, the Sudesham. Now, how can I give it to you? How can I allow you to play with foreign toys? This little boy, Narayan, said, Bapuji, what does it matter whether the toys are from India or from outside? They are meant for playing. Can we not play with them just because they are from another country? Should we forego it? Gandhiji said, shall I ask you something, little boy? Can we, you and me, play with those foreign toys? When Bapuji used the word we instead of you, suddenly it was like a slap. For this little boy, Narayan was very intelligent. He understood. In Gandhiji's ashram, everything belonged to everybody. No individual could claim ownership of anything available there. It was a common rule observed, and since Gandhiji had started the movement, because it was inspired by the divine from within, and it was going on well, when he included himself with Narayan to play with the dolls, Narayan knew Gandhiji deliberately included himself to make a point that Gandhiji could not play with the dolls, and so also Narayan. It was meant for everyone. This rule was meant for everyone. Whoever did anything in Sabarmati ashram, Gandhiji was included in that. So the minute he used the word we, the little boy understood that it had to be we, and if it was we, then Gandhiji, of course, could not do it, and what Gandhiji could not do it, they could not do either. Now, as long as we use I will do this, I will do that, we can argue to any length to justify what we do or what we want to do. But the minute we begin to say we, then everything is restricted. We have to follow the principle. There are two ways. You can live the life any way you like and create a philosophy for it, just to justify your way of living. And the other way is have a philosophy and live up to it all your life. Now Gandhiji was living his teachings, and whoever was in the ashram were also bound by that, by his teachings. And so it was always we in the ashram, and everybody had to follow it, because when we say we, it becomes everybody's responsibility. It is not just a privilege, it's a responsibility. Whatever Gandhiji was attempting, it became the responsibility of everyone in the ashram. As I said the other day, that someone who had come here rightly said, I is for illness and we for wellness. So whenever we think only for ourselves with selfishness, it will only land us in trouble. It is illness. And let us learn to think that it's not just I, it is we, and that means not just a privilege but a responsibility. So we'll have to learn to think in terms of we, the plural we. If we cannot do that, how can we even attain God? Because attaining God is becoming one with the entire creation, keeping harmony with the entire world, feeling responsible for the whole creation. Of course, initially I didn't understand, but Bhagavan explained to me that it should always be we. When we begin to think in terms of we, meaning for all the others too, that's when we begin to grow spiritually. We shall now offer our prayers, today's prayers, at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again, a million times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to this world in all aspects of life. And dharma, a dharmic normalcy, is living together, this togetherness. And because we have the sense of division, we refer ourselves to I. And that is selfishness, and that's why there is so much violence in this world. We are unable to tolerate another person's ideas. We are unable to accept someone else's ideas because of the sense of division. We beg you, Bhagavan, to bring in peace, harmony, order, and growing friendship and brotherhood, mutual help and responsibility, and also a good control over the killer diseases that attack us all of a sudden. And of course, the furies of nature, like flash floods, forest fires, and there are so many now. We heard the past 2 or 3 days that in a place near Uttarakhand, that is Jyotishmati, the land is cracking here and there, and hastily they are evacuating the place. 500 families have lost their houses. Buildings are falling down all of a sudden. The earthquake. Bhagavan, have you not declared that you are the cosmic controller? We beg you to keep these disasters under control. We also beg you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind that are responsible for today's violent world, this growing enmity, and the war that's already going on. We also beg you to reach out to those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world for some reason or the other, by their past karma, unable to help themselves and protect. They belong to different countries, speak different languages, and were embraced different religions, and yet they are suffering, and we beg you to do the needful. We also beg you to help and protect all those unselfish people who have been serving others hard from unnecessary, unhealthy reproaches, criticisms, and aspersion. We also beg you to give a boost to the economy of the country, to promote the growth in varied fields of activity, so that India would reach that status, the status of the world teacher as predicted by the great masters over the years, to lead the whole world in the path of dharma. We also pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity and intensity for ceaseless chanting of your powerful name an unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings, so that we assimilate, we get them deep into our system, that they become our Atma Shakti. We beg you to bless us all to be sattvic instruments in your hands. Bhagavan, we also pray that we should run our everyday life as an offering to you, for you are the goal of life, that you have given us this body and the life pertaining to it, just to remember you. We don't want to be caught by the temptations of the Maya, and once we fall into it, the pit of Maya, we have no idea how long it's going to take to come out of it. We seek that ultimate state of being, the ultimate state of bliss and peace. But then we need to be purified. Our mind carries such thick dirt over janmas, because of which we get fear, passion, anger, attachment to money and worldly possessions, jealousy, and killer instincts. What can effectively do that? Your powerful Nama and ceaseless, joyful chanting of that will be able to destroy all our past sins, and that way remove, root out all this dirt, so that our chanting of the name would become our Atma Shakti. We also take refuge in the joyful service to you. Whatever work falls into our hand and wherever we are, if we do it in the spirit of service to you, and that without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, then every work that we do will become our Atma Shakti. It will become Atma Bhavam. Our Aham Bhavam will go, and Atma Bhavam will grow. And Bhagavan, please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, because it comes from you, the source of all actions. And you bless us with that for our greater good, for our closer kinship with you. And that is meant for cleansing our mind. And as we progress, we would be able to feel your vibrant presence, living, pulsating presence everywhere and in everything. Please bless us to be able to see your will behind all the happenings of life, all the happenings of the world. Bhagavan often said, whatever happens at any moment is the best that can happen at that moment. And wherever you are placed in life, that is the best place for your sadhana. And Bhagavan, please bless us to be able to detect that hidden grace even in the most devastating, ruinous sufferings of life. But then, when there is an attack, all of a sudden an attack of some past karma, some adversity, we have no strength to face it, we collapse, we resent you, saying that you have let us down, and we begin to put the blame on everyone else for our own failures. And we try to move away from you. But you, out of your love and generosity, will see to it that we don't move away from you. And you would convert all our difficulties into great blessings. This has been your promise. Please bless us to be grateful to you, even for the sufferings of life. We seek your blessings for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of they are, whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek that liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths. And the root cause of this is the ego, the tyranny of the ego, the tyranny of I and mine, utter selfishness. Please bless us and dissolve it in your vastness. Dissolve our individual I in we, in you. Bhagavan used to say, Father is in all, and all are in Father. And then finally he would say, all in all. So let's learn to say all in all. Let's learn to say we, the whole cosmos. Bhagavan, please bless us with that immortal life, that eternal living, and eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme divinity. Jai Yogi Ram Sankar.